Hey everyone, oh my god. Here we go, PC Gaming Show. There was a pre-show, but it was just this woman who was answering and handing out questions of trivia for PC games and with a duck. I don't know. Why are you freezing on me? Knock your crap off. Okay, PC Gaming Show. I expect 4X games. I expect tactical shooters. I expect a whole bunch of crap that a lot of gamers don't care about. It's just the most hardcore of hardcore PC gamers, which has always seemed weird to me because PC gaming is so vast and so flexible that they could be focusing on a lot of things. Stop freezing, you. I think better not be doing that during the conference. Right then, here we go.
Magic in PC gaming. It says, don't just obey the rules, rewrite them. It says, don't just listen to stories, inhabit them. It says, don't just accept the limits, overclock beyond them. It says, don't just play games, revel in them, unleash them. It says, seriously, is every game battle royale now? Or is it just me? From mountaintops to dungeons, from deep waters to deeper space, from solo quests to mass engagements, there is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic together. This is the PC Gaming Show.
Bye, PC Gamer.
And now your host, Sean Platt.
Please don't be an interview.
Oh, hello to everyone online.
What happened? You
Welcome
froze!
to the Wiltern. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show. Yes. My name's Dana, and I'm your host today. I am delighted to be here. We have a fantastic show for you this afternoon. First, all of you came out to the Wiltern. Thanks for joining us. The Wiltern is just a beautiful venue here in Los Angeles. To all of you online on Twitch, thanks for joining us. To those co-streaming partners, hey as well, I'm talking to you, Dropped Frames, great to have you here. And of course, to all the wonderful sponsors that help make the PC Gaming Show come back again for the 4th straight year.
All right, I'm lowering the resolution.
Good on you. Now, I'm not the only host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's Frankie Ward joining us today.
All right. Really?
Let's take a look at Satisfactory.
What the hell did I just miss? Oh God, come on. You're PC gaming. Don't tell me your shit is all messed up. You're the ones who are supposed to have this right. Please. Also, I just realized something. Yeah, they're not even showing this in 60 FPS. Wow. Alright, whatever. This is gonna be bumpy. Alright, building. I have no idea what this is. You could tell me it's Fortnite and I wouldn't know the difference. I think he said the name in the beginning, but this frickin' thing is freaking out on me, so I didn't catch it. Just like that. Right on cue. You see, it's not my stream, is it? 0 drop frames. Everything seems to be running fine on my end. Oh my God. Hang on. Oh, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Let me see. Let's go to Twitch. How about from the Twitch feed? Is it better? Satisfactory. That's what it was called. Okay, is this feed better? Because the PC gaming one, the actual one, seemed to not be good.
To talk about it is the game director at Coffee Stain Studios. It's Oscar Gilsain.
Coffee Stain Studios. That sounds familiar.
Oscar, welcome to the stage. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, Oscar, I just want to begin right away by asking...
This cameraman up his fucking ass.
Satisfactory is essentially about building these huge automated factories. So you play as an engineer that's been sent from Earth to this alien planet, and you're going to build this enormous machine. It was hinted at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need
Get rid of the mouse. Sorry about that.
Parts, which you need to build machines that will make them for you. So you'll start out pretty simple.
Coffee Stain. That company sounds so familiar.
And then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of what producing a more advanced resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these massive, tall buildings with factory floor.
I'm already noticing about this show that
resources that you need to gather from basically all around.
They don't have the chair and couches there anymore.
Now, I want to ask about the first person.
But this is still eventually an
These
interview.
types of games typically are top down.
They just got rid of the couches and everything. Now they're just doing the interview standing up.
The player is the one building the stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings.
This type of format doesn't work on stage. It was dumb when it was with Anthem earlier at E3, and it's dumb here.
I mean, in the trailer, it even looked like there's a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah. The map is, we made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. And, one final question. I saw multiple engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
So we got a closed alpha planned in the coming months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com. And yeah, then you'll know.
Well, great. Oscar, thanks for joining me on stage once again. That is satisfactorygame.com. Now, up in the balcony, Frankie, I understand you have our very first indie title of the day.
We do indeed, Sean, because here's something we love about the PC platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small
You
teams.
see him leave.
NeoCab is an emotional survival game set in the future about gig labor, tech disruption, and the experience of being a driver for hire. Perhaps the last of your kind. From the brand new indie studio Chance Agency, let's watch the first gameplay trailer for NeoCab.
Neocabs. All right, so you're a cab driver. Oh, did you not notice that?
Now, our next game
I don't really know what to make of that.
is in the Battle Royale genre. Of course, it's E3 2018. What do you expect? We have several Battle Royale games we're going to be talking about today.
Actually, there has not been as much Battle Royale as I thought there was going to be. There's been like
Players play
3.
in an ever-shrinking space until there's one last standing. So developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up to 1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Maverick's Proving Grounds.
Maverick. Okay, this Imagine Dragon song. I have no idea if it's actually Imagine Dragons or not, but it sounds like them. Ow. That guy was a horrible shot. Maverick's Proving Ground, another battle royale. Let's see.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Maverick's Proving Grounds is the CEO of Automaton.
We had battle royale in Battlefield. We had battle royale in where else was there?
Thanks for joining us. My pleasure. Now I want to immediately ask, what about Maverick's Proving Grounds distinguishes itself from other?
There was a Microsoft press conference game with battle royale.
That last man standing kind of game type is incredibly compelling by itself, but Mavericks is really about depth. We've already talked about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited today to talk about our 5-man squad mode being 1,000 players. But really, it's
not Square Enix, nothing Ubisoft.
Environment is even a bigger step. The simulation.
There was 2 other ones, and now this one. This is the 3rd one. There's not been that much.
1,000 players aspect. How does that really shift the dynamic from the say 100 that we're typically used to?
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation. So the fact that together, what you actually have is a landscape that means you're making decisions off a lot more information.
Yeah, I mean, because you hinted at that twice now. Like, what do you mean by there's a lot more information in the environment for players to process?
So take a concrete example, right? So let's say a player's walking through the map, they'll be leaving footprints, they'll be displacing foliage, like grass bending. But siege-style gameplay in houses, that's like a lot of destruction systems that sort of together make the map much more of a dynamic environment.
It's like a recent history of who could have been here.
Yeah.
I want to ask about what more is in store for Maverick's Proving Grounds. I understand that this has a lot more out-game features than someone might expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay. You enter the game through the capital, which is our sort of persistent social hub. So we draw from the MMORPG side of things. It's really it's a full world, not just a map. So it's got a persistent game type side to it too. Yeah. But really it's about bringing this all together into something which makes a much richer MMO experience.
Now, where can people go to find out more?
Well, we've just launched our site right now.
This is a young ass dude.
Signing up for the closed beta. You can do that now at mavericks.gg/closed-beta. And actually, if you register this week, you'll get special in-game content for free from E3.
Well, awesome.
We have only 100,000 slots for the first group signing up, so that will give you some beta access. But I'm sure there are a lot more people than that on the stream, so quickly do that if you're interested in.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us. Once again, that's maverick.gg. Our very next game helps showcase the extraordinary power of modders. Frankie, tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean. On PC, we don't just play what's given to us. We mod games to make our own experiences. And for many developers, modding is a way to turn a hobby into a career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact, the first mod in history to win a National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever, here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
The Forgotten City. I feel like I've heard that before.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city.
Sounds very familiar.
Long forgotten, searching for a way out. All I found is a window into the past. If even one person here commits a sin, everyone will die. I tried to set things right.
Oop, minus touch.
Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back, investigate, talk to everyone, help them out if it'll win their trust. Bend the rules as far as you can. Figure out who's responsible for this, and maybe you can do what I never could.
Monsters and guns.
Save these people. Save yourself.
Nope. Well, so much for that.
For the sins of the one.
Next year, I don't know what kind of game that is. Maybe an adventure game?
Show. What's next for Killing Floor 2? And
Oh my God.
An unannounced game from Tripwire Interactive. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Our next game is a blast from the past. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardoc's Star Control Origins.
Long ago, the Singularity formed, its creators uplifted into something beyond our understanding. These beings, now known as the Lexites, left Earth, traveling to multiple planets in our solar system, before vanishing altogether. This is why we are here. Welcome to Star Control, a state-of-the-art international space agency, tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here reside the world's brightest minds and greatest technology, brought together by a strong curiosity to discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future. Join today.
Okay.
Star Control has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
Is it an adventure game? What is this?
Officer Windu of the Tyrone. The Scribe had evidently received traces of your radio broadcasts themselves.
Those are the planets. Bugs. Space bugs. Earth Defense Force bugs.
Spaceship.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
Star Control Origins. Okay.
Joining me to talk about Star Control is the director of production at Stardock, Patrick Shaw. Thanks for joining me on stage today, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So now just tell us straight up, what is Star Control all about?
So Star Control is an open universe action RPG. You can visit dozens of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of different unique planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around the planets, you can jump over canyons, blast critters, and then you can venture onto the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask, since I know that the story is a big part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the story that we prepared for Star Control. It's funny, it's creative, but also has some dark, sinister side to it. However, what we're very proud and very excited about is we have an infinite universe. That is, we are fully simulating the entire universe at all times. So even if you're on some podunk little moon in the corner of the universe, the aliens are still moving around the universe, doing their own thing, exploring and interacting with each other.
So it's not just like at a planet there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the simulation has driven it forward.
Right, exactly. So this infinite universe is the glue that connects my story, my adventure, to the larger open galaxy.
That's awesome. Now, I know modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Probably Firefly.
Yeah, so what would you think of making Firefly Season 2?
Shit, that's a lot of pressure, Patrick. Well, you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We can do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat, and that turned out to be so popular in our early testing. They're like, we should make this a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you can create your own ships, you build them out of different pieces and parts, you attach different weapons and defenses, and then you go online to play them. You can either play local multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine, or online, ranked or online play.
Where can people go to pick up
Online, ranked online.
Well, right now, Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely. Guys, definitely be sure to head over to starcontrolgame.com and check them out on Steam and GOG as well.
And one more thing, we are happy to announce at the PC Gamer Show that Star Control Origins is launching on September 20th, 2018.
Look for it on September 20th.
Okay, cool. Oh, they do have an audience. That's the first time I've heard them.
Our next game was PC Gamer's favorite game from E3 last year. It is Hunt Showdown from Crytek. Let's take a look at what's coming for Hunt Showdown just after E3.
They are doing the thing. Okay, so you can make different shit. That's cool. Damn. Ew. Fuck that. Hunt Showdown.
I am here with
Looks
Guy
decent enough.
Skydance, who's here to tell me why fighting in massive mech suits is not about to go out of fashion anytime soon. Guy, now Hellfire, in fact, sorry, Archangel was originally a single-player narrative game, but Hellfire, this new edition, what changes is that going to make?
Well, players really love the single-player narrative, but they all kept telling us the same thing. They said, we really want it multiplayer, and we want it off-rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps, we got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment. And
sorry, I just realized that I should check to make sure that the audios weren't working correctly.
You can zip around in your mech.
It is.
You can tower over others. It's just something special that I
And
can
when
try right now.
is this coming out of early access? So you just said we can try it right now, but you've got the full version launching soon, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's coming out in July 17th. But you can try it right now if you want in early access. Help us iron out the kinks and break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at ironing out kinks, as I think people at home can see, Guy, but as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light mech wingman in that 2v2 PvP. So let's take a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
Let's do it.
All right, looks good.
Our next title is one I've been looking forward to for quite some time. It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful-looking Lovecraftian mystery. It's called The Sinking City, and joining me to talk about it is the community manager at Frogwares.
I've heard about this.
Oganisyan. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining
I think I've heard
us
about
today.
this. I think.
Yeah, you've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome,
nailed that
Sergey.
pronunciation.
I love that you lie to me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, The Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world, third-person type games. What makes The Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open-world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these 3 elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be a detective in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery and, you know, cosmic fear, like, I really mean it, because investigations are really at the core of The Sinking City.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of games in the open world genre that are focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat.
Well, that was
we're not
creepy.
going to offer any
Just
hand
freaking,
holding for the player. We will not
like,
give you any
moving
clues or
him.
objectives in your diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go.
Why'd you
or
cut
what
away
to do.
from it?
It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues, crime scenes to examine, like people to talk to, suspects to question. And we will ask you in return to use your wits and your intuition to, you know, experiment with your findings, you know, maybe like find a way how to progress. And what you should also know is that finding these clues will not only help you understand what's going on and, you know, get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe change the course of your investigation.
You know, you mentioned the world itself. I mean, the footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
I don't know if beautiful is the right word. Impressive.
City of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. You know, the city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster.
That's interesting. I like how that looks.
Like thousands of lives, and also like it seems like it awakened frightening monsters which now roam the streets of Oakmont. You know, people that live in the city. They are very
no, fuck that thing.
Gangs, psychologists, poor people, rich people.
Oh no. Okay, I don't know if I'm into this game now. I don't want to deal with those things.
They're all afraid that
fuck that.
You know, for their lives.
Ugh.
Because of the flood, because of the monsters. And you know, we actually want to understand what's going on. We want to understand what lies behind this ostensibly supernatural flood. And what's even funny is that while everybody's afraid, nobody wants to.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the story world and how it's inspired by Lovecraft. What about the game mechanics? You've mentioned the sanity mechanic in the past.
Indeed, we do have a sanity mechanic which directly impacts gameplay. You know, when our hero is under a lot of stress, when he sees like something supernatural, something disturbing, or even when he's making choices in the story which he's not comfortable with making, you know, he will begin to lose his sanity. He will start to have hallucinations, he will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, you know, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for the sweet spot, impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost out of time, I still just have to ask, what are the sweet monsters that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have different kinds of monsters. We have
that creepy crawling tentacle freaking face hugger looking thing. Fuck that thing. Ugh.
But we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain like traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more information?
So if you're hungry for more, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is where we post our updates regularly. Facebook, The Sinking City Game, YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and like, this is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
Well, I'm super excited to personally see how it turns out. Thanks for joining me on stage, Sergey. The Sinking City.
All right.
Now, our next game is a PC title that has only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store. Frankie is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Well, we all know
Warframe, the original Destiny.
Communities in gaming.
It's still one of the better ones.
Undoubtedly belongs to Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open world update, Plains of Eidolon, and the next epic cinematic quest is called The Sacrifice. And we've got the exclusive launch trailer for you.
That look nice. Oh, what is this? Werewolf. Warframe: The Sacrifice.
Megan Everett,
So they're adding werewolves.
Digital Extremes joins me now. Megan, tell me more about The Sacrifice.
So The Sacrifice is the latest installment of our cinematic quest. It continues a story that we started in The Second Dream, continued with The War Within, and then Apostasy Prologue. So at the end of last year, we kind of shattered some hearts and left them with a bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch up. But what I can say is that, obviously from the trailer that you saw, the wait for Umbra, the 3-year wait to the Umbra Warframe is finally over. The creepy guy at the end of the trailer there, Ballas, plays a pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting, well, as well as the update, you're working towards TennoCon right now.
Yes, so it's going to be another big year for us, and I'm really excited for it.
Well, let's take a look at last year's event to get an idea of what TennoCon is all about.
What do you think the mega reveal at Tenno Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or whatever?
was pretty amazing. Like, it's a whole new direction for Warframe, and all this. You got all these other games coming out, but this one's free. When's
Oh my God, it's Angry Joe.
Get it started.
Given that the community knows you as Auntie Megan,
Oh God.
it must be huge for you to be at TennoCon.
TennoCon is really special for really everyone. that
Sorry guys, I'm a little zoning out on this because Warframe isn't really my deal.
To what we do for TennoCon, and I know for me it was literally like the best day of my entire career. I know Rebecca, our community director at home, is watching. But last year when we did the Plains of Eidolon, open world expansion reveal, Rev and I were actually doing that as a live demonstration in front of everyone, and we had practiced it for months, and it went as flawlessly as we could have ever hoped for. And we actually, like, as people were cheering, it's pitch black on stage. Rev and I look at each other and we just kind of fist pump and both started crying because we didn't crash the demonstration. So if you watch Tenno Live this year, if you're there, you can definitely probably count on some tears and some emotions because it's a really big day for us.
Emotions. David Cage pops out of nowhere. Did someone say emotions?
For me, for everyone involved, because there will be some tears probably.
But if you can't get to TennoCon because unfortunately it is sold out, how can you watch it online?
So on twitch.tv/Warframe, you can definitely check it out. And PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their Facebook and Twitter.
And you get free stuff by watching Twitch?
You do. So if you want to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, and all you have to do is watch and get some free stuff.
Fantastic. So that's happening from July 7th, and you'll be able to watch TennoCon live through PC Gamer's Twitch channel and the Facebook page. Thank you, Auntie Megs. Sean, it's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie, and thank you, Warframe. The next name is one I grew up with, Sega. They've become a prolific publisher of Japanese games known for their fully featured ports, especially beloved by this guy on the left. Sega's bringing shining resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts of games.
What?
Let's take a look at what Sega's got in store.
Oh my God, they announced something big at the PC Gaming Show! Oh my God! Oh my God! See, this is why you don't miss any other conferences! Okay, so 1 and 2 are coming. Yeah. Yep, we knew about that game. Oh shit, is Yakuza coming to PC? This is Yakuza Kiwami. I played through that on PS4, but are they bringing it to PC? It looks like they might be. This is like Valkyria Chronicles 2 or whatever it was called. 4. Okay, 4. And more Yakuza. This is 0, huh? This looks like 0. Yep, 0. Okay, on PC. 0 for pre-order.
Yakuza 0 is available for pre-order right now and will be releasing on Steam in early August. We hope you've been enjoying the show thus far. We have so much more great stuff to come. Let's see what's coming up at this year's PC Gaming Show.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually liking this more than Ubisoft's.
A new publisher reveals 3 new games, and the first ever gameplay footage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Why did they do that?
And I'm back.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Guest is a regular here at the PC Gaming Show, having attended all 4 years. Frankie's with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a while.
Did she just say John?
I can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and
It's
tearing
Sean.
up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option that keeps me and everyone here in a job. With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Bill Monk from Killing Floor 2 back to E3.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Got a lot of fans.
Oh, this again.
Listen to that applause.
The PC Gaming Show loves Killing Floor. I think it's been at every single one.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor, and we got 4 major updates that are coming out this year. The first one we dropped in March, and we're getting ready to drop the next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow, Bill. What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing Circus Freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really cool new system that we're adding. It's called the Weapon Upgrade System. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bill. Let's take a look at the trailer for Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
Okay, then. Here I come to fuck shit up.
Ladies and gents, ringleader Lockhart speaking to you from, well, someplace very safe, yes. You helped me escape that fray at my beloved Steamland, but now I need your help once again. I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, of daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed. Oh, for me, my mechanical children have turned against me. Blasted traitors. Careful, lads, they're tough. Even removing the head won't put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. 4 barrels are better than 2. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets. And the M99 Sniper Rifle. And finally, there's a last-minute addition to the crew.
Watch this woman go.
Seems Mrs. Foster negotiated her way on board and is set on giving Zed
lightning angry.
the business. And remember, we'll see you on the airship.
Fossey, joke for you. Optician says my eyes are okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just
What the fuck was that at the end?
Tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out with Killing Floor 2. But that's not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year. Yeah. It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have
because Steam is a shit show.
Deals. So we're giving developers
just
fair
say it.
deals. We're going to be helping them rise.
Valve has completely given up. They don't care anymore.
Because of our
so
experience developing our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing, funding, mentoring, feedback to help them succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we have on screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be publishing Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them
I know that game.
More on Steam, but also bring the franchise beyond Steam.
Now, I know today you have a
yeah, because Steam is a fucking shit show. So now you're like, please, can we put it somewhere else? And then promote that version.
We're working with the team at Blindside Games, and they're led by Alex Quick.
Oh, yeah, right.
So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team.
Alex Wick,
made
like John
game
Wick's
dev
nerdy brother.
Sharks and humans fighting each other, very, very successful. But now it's come full circle. We're working with Alex again, and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Close your eyes and imagine a place where the sun is bright and the beaches are white. A place filled with southern charm, where the water is as warm as the welcome. So come feel the wind in your sails. Kick back and relax. Enjoy the local cuisine. Your dream vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
Seems bad. So we're sharks.
Go to maneatergame.com now to book your vacation. Operators are standing by.
So hey John, so you get to play as the shark.
You are the shark. This is an open world action RPG where you play as a shark. Or as
What?
we call it, a shark PG.
Oh, nice. Okay, so do you like upgrade and improve the shark? Is there like skill trees?
You do. There is a shark skill tree.
What?
There is a full single player campaign. You eat your way through it. You get bigger teeth. You can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers and all of that fun stuff.
What the fuck?
This was a power fantasy I needed so badly.
What?
Now, where do people go to get more
I love it.
information about it?
This shit should have been on Devolver Digital's fucking press conference.
I doubt anyone will forget that here. That's maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage.
Maneater.
And all the content that Tripwire
Gotta check this shit out.
showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road
Maybe Jesse Cox can overcome his fear of sharks if he plays this game.
Up next, Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games.
And I know, like, maybe he could have played something like Jaws Unleashed or something on the PS2, but this is also an RPG. It'll be totally his bag.
PC gaming, and next up is a brand new publisher revealing 3 games for the very first time, releasing one of them, Behave Yourselves audience, today. So let's take a look.
We're Untitled Publisher. Yes, really. That's our name. Alright. Publishers are boring. But games and developers aren't. So, 3 dots. We're curating games for you. Starting right now. We're announcing 1, 2, 3 games today. And releasing 1 game right away. Enjoy. And we'll get back to being boring. Untitled Publisher. Alrighty then. World exclusive. Sticker glove, peck. Take this bitch out. So it's a turn-based RPG. Highly stylized art. That's cool. Bravery Network Online. Okay. It's next year. Okay. I feel like this show, just taking a moment now, I feel like this show is a bit better paced than they have been in the past. And even though I'm not interested in every single one of these games, a lot of them don't look bad. And even the ones I'm not interested in are just like, okay, that seems fine. Like, there's nothing that seems unnecessarily boring. I think that's why I'm liking this a bit more than the Ubisoft conference, even though I've been interested in almost the same amount of games. Same thing goes for EA, for example. It's like EA is completely tone deaf to what the audience wants. Ubisoft, unfortunately, just doesn't have games that I personally find to be interesting. And this place, even in the PC gaming show, even though I'm not finding all these games interesting, I can feel like the passion behind these games. There's a lot of bullshit that's typically there that's not there. That's what I'm feeling from this conference right now. And this was the game that's out right now, and it's like a old school pixel side scroller. It's fine.
On Steam right now with a special launch discount, so make sure you check that out after the show. And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give Overwhelm a try. Right, next up, it's time for us all to take a holiday, and where better than a virtual resort with some truly spectacular wildlife. Back again this year are friends of the show, Frontier Developments, with a unique take on the park management genre. I am, of course, talking about Jurassic World Evolution. The long-awaited game is out tomorrow and lets you build your own dinosaur-stuffed tourist trap. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, she said Jurassic World. She said Jurassic World. I just put that together.
You think that things are going to turn out differently, huh?
I heard elastic.
Well, the ones before you
like
did.
elastic something
Because
evolution.
They believed that they were in control. And control... Well, here's the thing. Humanity is desperate for it. We are seduced by it. Deceived by the illusion of it. But we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win. I know, however, what I would predict.
I am so excited for that game. Our next title is from Insomniac, who've been making amazing games for years.
Oh, wow.
We're going to try to take their expertise and answer the question, how do you make an open world game in VR? Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Stormland.
What is this? Open world VR? From Insomniac? Man, those guys are just trying anything right now. These guys are just trying anything that they come up with, it seems. They must have gotten sick and tired of making Ratchet and Clank games, because they're just doing whatever they want now. They're like, fuck it, let's make an indie game where you go underwater. Fuck it, let's make a super commercialized skater punk open world game with Microsoft. And now, I guess, fuck it, let's make a VR open world game on PC. So we play as a robot? Got his eye back. Got directions. Ooh, he's got feet jets. Oh, jeez. Oh, what's happening in the picture? Interesting. Nope. What is that, the Vive? It's Oculus. Stormland. Don't have VR, can't do anything about it, but it looks ambitious.
Joining me to talk about Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac.
We need people to be doing that.
Join me in welcoming Chad Desert.
Chad Desert.
Hey, Chad, welcome to the stage. Thank you. I want to start right away and ask, what is this game all about?
Well, in Stormland, you play as
You're a
an
robot.
android gardener, and an entity called the Tempest uproots your habitat and shatters your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely with a set of android movement abilities that are designed to give you complete agency.
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
It's massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating.
If the people making this are smart, and I'm not sure that they are, I would say that they should have one more game and then wrap it up and try to keep it kind of short at about an hour.
Expressiveness of having tracked head and hands and how we use
Because they've been doing this at a pretty good pace. It hasn't been too boring. It hasn't really been super exciting, but it's still been at a good pace.
Look down, you get a new piece of tech, and you attach it right into your arm. And then, suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself or all kinds of different cool android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever-changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging, and you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech discoveries.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, where can we go for more information?
Well, you can stay tuned by watching the Facebook and Twitter with at Stormland VR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad. Once again, oculus.com/Stormland for more information. Frankie's up in the balcony with our next absolutely gorgeous-looking indie title.
It really is, John, because next up we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury, a neo-noir detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself drawn into a world of crime. Sacre Roddy Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a ride with the trailer.
Night Call. Sort of an interesting aesthetic. But that didn't really tell me much, so screw it.
If you like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one. It's from the exact same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style. Let's take a look at Sable.
Sable. That also sounds familiar. Oh wait, was this at the Microsoft press conference? Was it like one of the ID at Xbox games? This looks cool, man. Was there one show from the 90s that kind of looks like this? Actually, I guess several shows. It kind of looks like The Critic. It kind of looks like Beavis and Butthead in some ways. It just looks like really grimy, kind of like heavy metal influence, kind of textures and simple lines and stuff like that. Nothing's really straight. Looks good. This looks good. I think I saw it at the Microsoft press conference. I'm not sure.
Joining me to talk about Sable is pretty much the entire core development team on stage. It's Daniel Feinberg and Greg Kithriotis. I want to immediately ask, what kind of game is Sable? What can we expect?
I thought he was going to say, I want to immediately ask you, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's a game about combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration. You play as Sable, a girl leaving her home to explore this world filled with monumental architecture, fallen spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hoverbike learning about the people, the culture, and the history of this world.
And you know, I talked about it before. I think this art style is amazing. Where's the origin?
Yeah, it looks really good. Looks super good.
We're really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation.
Oh, okay.
Particularly Studio Ghibli. So we really
Studio
want to feel
Ghibli, really?
Feel the same
I don't see that.
wonder that you get from watching one of their films. And so from the very beginning, we knew that we really needed to nail the visual style. And yes, we put a lot of time and sort of effort into our rendering system, and yeah, we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that you two consist of most of the core development, the art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, the T-shirt. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
right.
So she, Michelle.
Japanese Breakfast. I've heard of that name as well.
Japanese Breakfast is one of my favorite bands right now. It's incredible.
incredible camera. Well, it all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find more?
So they can go to our Twitter account, ShedWorksReg and ShedWorksDan, or to sablegame.com.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, the name of the game is Sable. Our next title is one that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
Wasn't that earlier? Didn't they literally show that game earlier? Alright, whatever. We have become explorers again. Blah, blah, blah. I lost interest like halfway through that. Okay, so they're going on for longer than an hour. I feel that's already going to be a mistake. But I'm still in it so far. I guess Star Citizen, since it's been in development for so long, could be an ender. But we'll see. I doubt it. It's been like 3-4 years and you're still only in pre-alpha? Fuck.
Footage of Just Cause 4. A closer look at The Walking Dead. The final season. All new gameplay footage of Hitman. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Why do they keep doing that? That's
Each
dumb.
year at the PC Gaming Show, in addition to talking about games, we're also going to talk about some of the upcoming hardware trends. To join me in talking about it is the senior brand manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for joining me up here, Eric.
Sean, really excited to be here.
Now, I just want to straight up ask, what are some of the big trends that consumers can be expecting right now?
Well, right now we're developing some new products, particularly in the display space. We want to take the experience to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display. For instance, it's 4K and 120 hertz refresh. The users can overclock to 144. But what really takes it over to the next level is the inclusion of G-Sync HDR.
You know, I hear a lot about HDR. Can you explain a little more in detail what that is and what that means?
Well, there's quite a bit that goes into it, but for the purpose of this conversation, the fact that there are 384 individual backlit zones, so the backlighting can be individually controlled, really bright, very dark. It makes a better contrast on screen. Each of them are individually controlled. The brightness of the screen is far above a typical display. Typical, you're looking at 300 to 400 nits. We're looking at 600 with the Predator X27 with a max of 1,000 nits.
And you know, some of the titles that were showcased just now, there's a wide variety of some photorealistic, some with a really iconic art style. How does HDR contribute to that big range we see in gaming?
Well, one of the big things that helps is the color gamut that's available with these displays. We're able to do 99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you see on screen that support HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, Ni no Kuni 2. Again, you won't see them in HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stream it to you. But, you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers tend to have a huge range of possible budgets. What are the different sort of products to look for at those price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high-performance esports products or multi-view, surround, multi-display products. But we also go really crazy sometimes. We decide,
Also multi.
we put our engineers to the test. What can you do if you have no limit? So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screened laptop with a mechanical keyboard and 2 graphics cards. Science, materials. We did a really good thing. But you know what?
Close it with science.
To be serious, not just a joke, we actually have to ship this with a Pelican case to protect the laptop, and it sells for $9,000. And we sold every single unit we could make. So we cover every spectrum of gaming.
You know, you brought up this Predator laptop, you brought up the Predator monitors at the start of this segment. Where can people go to hear more about or even pick one up once they stop being sold out?
So that's the good news is that we're shipping now. Our customers, partners are selling them. The bad news is a few have already sold out of this new Predator X27 monitor. I believe Micro Center is still in stock. Amazon will be in stock again soon.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage, Eric. Frankie is awaiting in the balcony with our very next title.
The PC has always been the
I thought he was about to say last.
crazy ideas. In our next game, Genesis Alpha 1, you build and manage a space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe. Oh, and you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy, splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Commander. You have been
Hi, Dee
sent
Dee.
to Quadrant Alpha 1.
My dog likes to know that she is aware of being. She likes to know that people know that she's here.
For resources and interesting new life forms. Feel free to experiment with DNA and alien abilities to maximize crew efficiency. Ready your weapons.
Genesis Alpha 1. That is a generic as fuck name.
Now, if you didn't catch the pre-show quiz, you might be wondering who my buddy is. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Webster from Drake's Cakes, one of the PC gaming shows.
That was the duck I was talking about.
And he's got a cool competition for you.
I did not think they would bring him on stage.
Oh yes. PAX is a gathering of PC and tabletop games, concerts, panels, exhibits, and tournaments. It's like a 4-day LAN party festival.
Why would you do this?
And concert rolled into one. The very lucky winner will enjoy a trip to PAX West, including 2 tickets and a free trip to Seattle. So if that's you, hit me up on those dates, because I am free. Webster, my man duck, this is very generous of you indeed. And by entering, guys, you will get a discount code to get your hands on some delicious Drake's Cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself, don't forget you can meet Webster in person at the E3 Concourse Walkway, where he'll be giving away Drake's swag and tasty treats all week. So if you see him, give him a fist bump on my behalf. I'll take one now. Thank you very much, Webster. So if you have ever dreamt of spending a weekend knee-deep in one of Earth's best gaming festivals, visit pcgamer.com/Drake's Cakes and enter now for a chance to win and hang out with Webster. All right, Webster, all this hosting has got me a bit peckish. How about we look at a trailer for the next edition of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival series, Don't Starve, Hamlet.
That duck has no idea what you're talking about. I've never played any of the Don't Starve games. How's this guy still trying to get out of these predicaments? Is he now an adventurer? These are the guys that also made Mark of the Ninja, I believe, right? Clay Entertainment, I believe. They're a pretty good developer. I remember their games used to come out a lot on consoles. They made oh, what was that action game? Was it like Shank or something like that? Hang on, let me look this shit up. They had like 2 games. Don't Starve Hamlet. What?
Our next title is the next installment in a series that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the
Makes
level of
sense.
delicious insanity.
Shank. Yeah, it was called Shank.
Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4.
Yeah, but then ever since I think around Mark of the Ninja, they started focusing more on PC. So it makes sense that they're here. Shank, I think, was bigger on consoles, maybe, but yeah, after that they just kind of focused on PC with Don't Starve and everything. Don't Starve is on consoles, but I don't think it has as much of a following on consoles as it does on PC. So I guess they're like, this is our bread and butter now. Just Cause is certainly making the rounds. This is the third conference they've been in. Like, they're pushing Just Cause. Just Cause 4.
Joining me to talk about it on stage now. From Avalanche Studios, it's Francesco Antolini and Adam Davidson. Gentlemen, welcome. Talk to me about the tornado.
It's fantastic, isn't it? So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized.
Yeah.
This means that it's roaming the world, wreaking havoc, and
it's not just like a background piece. It's actually impacting world.
This is Just Cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
You played it.
Throughout the trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of
We weren't supposed to tell you that.
that are available throughout. Can you talk to me about those?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to us with this installment of Just Cause was bringing a lot more variety into the game, and that extends to a lot of things, but certainly the biomes of the game. So instead of one kind of region of, like, say, southern Italy, like we had last time, now you have lush rainforests, deserts, grassland, and even alpine biomes, all of which, you know, are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about, like, the wingsuit, the grappling hooks? Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back. But everything is also just better.
Wait, did he say everything you love from Just Cause 2? So are they backtracking from Just Cause 3? Because I know people didn't like that one quite as much.
We've got extreme weather that interacts with grappling hook and parachute.
The wind that we saw from the tornado, is it just like basic wind effects also get incorporated as well?
Again, it just goes, so not even just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with your parachute, grappling hook.
So, well, where can people go to get some, we'll call it first-hand footage of what Just Cause 4 can deliver?
They can check it out at justcause.com/E3 and for 3 days.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. Starts tomorrow, so June 12th through 14th. You can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us on stage. I look forward to the hilarity of Just Cause 4. Now, our next title is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday and Payday 2. Therefore, it goes without saying that these studios are some of the most talented makers of cooperative shooters, and their next one is set in a familiar but new apocalyptic Washington, D.C. Here's the first gameplay footage for Overkill's The Walking Dead, and keep your eyes peeled for the release date at the end.
It's gonna be like today. They're like, surprise, bitches!
We were so many things. Husbands and wives, doctors and teachers, writers and architects. But when the world ended, All that ended too. Every day we fight for more than survival. We fight to build a new life.
So they're going back to the action, I guess. They're gonna try that.
Alone, we're weak. But together, we might stand a chance.
There's a lot of dudes. November 6th. And pre-order tomorrow.
And I have more good news. For fans of The Walking Dead, Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second, completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now. This is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season. Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead writer, James Windler, and the voice of Clementine herself, Melissa Hutchison.
Are they talking about The Walking Dead here? Because, quite frankly, now Telltale's engine is so broken that PC is the only place where it runs properly.
Right away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. In terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's
I know I'm busting your balls, but seriously, update your fucking engine.
Who don't know Telltale,
It's been almost
we are
a decade.
story-based company. We focus on narrative. We've had our roots in the old school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah.
And that's all familiar. That should be, the choices branch the narrative. What's new this year? We have traditionally combat and action. We've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments
Combat.
of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalized a zombie there.
Of course she is.
And
oh yeah, so we also have the orbital cam, like the over-the-shoulder camera. So that's offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment on your own.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
Now I want to ask about the story. I mean, Telltale games always have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts, Clementine has been on the road for a long time. We are post-time jump in the comics. She's been on the road. She's traveling with AJ, who is an orphan boy, who is the closest thing that she has to family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are running out of steam on the road. It's proving to be untenable. So the final season, Clementine discovers a school, a secluded school, where there are no adults, and essentially sees that this might be a place that they could call home.
Yeah, and what are the sort of challenges that she's going to face throughout the season?
Oh, all kinds of challenges, yeah. Like zombie threat all the time. Yeah, of course. And then there's always the external threat. At some point, there are going to be adults coming in representing external threats that she's going to have to deal with.
Now, Melissa, I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have, a voice actress journey along with the character in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're not
always
doing
a bad
math.
idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character. It's actually been aging with her, growing with her, and falling deeper and deeper in love with her, and starting as this young child who's, as playing as Lee, it's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and you know, you're going to be playing as Clementine and protecting AJ, and this is just near and dear to my heart. And
yeah, I mean, how do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet. I'm super sad. I'm super psyched. You know, of course, it'll be sad to end her journey, but I'm really looking forward. Obviously, I'm surrounded by talent with Telltale Games, and I have no doubt that the writers and the creatives are going to crush it. So, sad but happy? It's all very confusing. I'm a very confused human right now. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I would love to know when the final season is coming out.
August 14th. Yeah, we ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me
Wow,
on
it's
stage.
going to be finally over.
Thank you.
I don't remember anyone talking about the third season, though.
Well,
So,
for our next title, Frankie, we're going to head back to you.
and personally, I still need to beat the first season.
I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nonna Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket? Oh, you just trying to kill me. Don't let the retro art style fool you. Noita is set in a procedurally generated world where every pixel is physically simulated. Let's take a look.
Is a wizard gonna fuck her to death? What? Okay, we got the pixel vibe here. Noita. Looks cool.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital.
This is still going on.
Welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr.
Bring them out in their coats.
Wow. Great suits. I mean, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical professionals, how does one run a hospital in 2 Point Hospital? Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay.
How do we run a hospital?
So 2 Point Hospital is a game about designing and building your own hospital. It's,
Yeah. Talk directly at my tie.
Yeah, listen, you said don't talk there.
Yeah.
I got to look out here, you said.
Yeah, no, just look straight at the ground.
There's a lot of customization. Is this not working at all?
Yeah, it's great.
Great. Carry on.
I'll carry on then. Yeah, a lot of customization, a lot of interesting characters in our world, which with all these different characters, we had to come up with some really interesting illnesses and cures for them. And you have fun in 2 Point County exploring different regions and curing people with different ailments. And as you can see on the screen, we've got, this is real. We actually
That's bad.
It's a certain element. And also you can train people, you can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better, do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
This is some sim-ass sim game.
You know,
everything, isn't it?
sorry, I don't know if
no,
my mic was working. I was a bit backfilling. Carry
Yeah,
on.
so I mean, no, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're training up staff, you're diagnosing illnesses, and you're hopefully curing them and making money, and then hang off.
I see this malady. Yeah, I see this malady called turtle head. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Yes. It's when the head becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly, and it has to be extracted. And Mark, how's it get extracted?
This is something you've.
That's not.
We've all been there. I know. This is one where you know, a little bit of suction always helps. And
Yeah. And that,
he's got it.
Yeah.
$10,000. What the fuck?
Do that.
That's actually a real illness.
Yeah, it is. It's real.
Now, I had to ask about something that I think every young man has to deal with at some point. What is a monobrow infestation?
Is this a Sega game? There's a Sega arcade in the corner. Why is there a Sega arcade in the corner? This is in the 90s.
I haven't.
No, okay.
But yeah, it needs to be diagnosed and cured pretty quickly. If it doesn't, it'll fester, and you might shed a bit of hair. And in fact,
it will actually leave the body, and it needs to be got rid of before the health inspectors arrive.
It looks like the monobrows are multiplying in the hospital.
They breed very, they're big breeders. The monobrows,
they like
monobeasts.
they like dirty places.
Aw, fuck that.
So you've got to keep your hospital clean and well maintained. Otherwise, they're going to breed, and you'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about sort of how the game evolves over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's that's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region. There's warm regions with contagious diseases, and there's
poor regions, there's rich regions.
Yeah. So we've got volcanoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got all sorts of wonderful, weird effects can happen in different parts of the world.
So it might
I like these
struggle
guys.
to manage your hospital empire because a volcano went off nearby.
Yeah, it's about spinning plates, isn't it? You've got everything set up nicely, and then
something happens.
Thrown at you. So.
Well, I'd love to know more information about when 2 Point Hospital is coming out.
Well, we're coming out fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing. And we're coming later in the year.
Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you.
Talk about 2 Point Hospital. Now, our second Battle Royale game of the afternoon takes a fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week. Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
So this is the second Battle Royale of just this conference alone, and Battle Royale number 4 of the whole E3 itself. There was one in... there was Battlefield 5 and whatever game I keep forgetting at Microsoft. Phase through, bitch. Realm Royale. Yeah, I think I have heard of that game already.
Joining me to talk about Realm Royale is the executive producer at Hi-Rez Studios. It's Rory Newborough, a.k.a. Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale
Dry
from
Bear.
other types of Battle Royale games in the genre?
It's a good question. So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like mage or hunter or assassin and specify a unique play style before you land.
How do these different classes work?
So the engineer will be more about bunkering down, putting up shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take out targets, and the warrior will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
You know, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed like there were abilities, not just the loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Once you choose a class, it'll come with a set of abilities, and you'll actually be upgrading these during the match, but it specifies your play style. And so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the chest.
Okay.
You'll start equipping that and determining the play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And, you know, you mentioned this a little bit.
PUBG was at Microsoft. That was the Battle Royale game. Duh.
There's a constantly shrinking play circle.
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges. And so once you go to the forge, you'll collect shards from disenchanting loot you find as you're going about. And you'll use these shards to start crafting legendary gear, very powerful pieces that everyone will want.
Yeah.
Once you start the forge, a smokestack will appear above the forge and everyone comes over to
It's
fight.
like a mini objective even.
Big team fight.
So I know that Realm Royale is currently available for free on Steam, but I hear that you have some goodies people can check out that are E3 exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam. We're actually out for less than a week now, and we were already number 4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream on Mixer and you're playing, the streamer that gets closest to the Crown Royale will enter into the hype zone, and so everyone will see you on. You'll be featured on the main page of Mixer. You'll have a chance to win the Jailbird chicken skin, which is our first piece of cosmetic. It's a little chicken with like a little jailbird, like prisoner outfit, and just box around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't know the chicken mechanic, seriously, please look it up right now. Rory, thanks so much for joining me on stage to talk about Realm Royale. Once again, it's for free on Steam right now. Our next game is one that was shown at last year's PC Gaming Show, and Frankie has some updates of what they've been up to.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting indie inspired by Pokemon, Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at their unique combat system, along with plenty of cute ooblets and environments. Let's take a gander.
I'm gandering. This press conference is getting kind of long. I do not remember this. I feel like I would have. Glumberland. Double Fine. It's a Double Fine game? Yeah, I definitely would have remembered this. What the hell is this? Ooblets. Yeah, I do not remember this.
Now, it wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at Anno 1880.
You know, another thing that I'm noticing is this game is not as much about hardcore PC games as I thought it was going to be. It's a lot more like indie games than like quirky adventure games. Anno 1800. I'm not familiar with the Anno series.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the executive producer, Burkhard Rathheiser, and community developer, Bastian Thun.
Okay.
Gentlemen, welcome to the stage. I want to begin right away by asking, for people who haven't seen or experienced the Anno series, what are these types of games like?
Yeah, well, Anno 1800 is a PC only real-time strategy game, and it's kind of mixing city building together with economic simulation and naval warfare. And at its core, it's a sandbox game, so you have a vast amount of freedom to explore the world and build huge cities.
And I wonder if you could talk to me a little bit about why the choice of the 19th century for this game.
Well, the 19th century it's such an interesting and rich era. There was so much happening in this era. So we had 2 industrial revolutions. We had major scientific inventions. And also big social changes, and also the creation of the big imperial empires. So it's a really rich era.
And what are some of the elements that we'll get to see from the 19th century in Anno 1800?
So it's kind of for the player. It's well, basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's kind of you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that
this is a boat real-time strategy game.
On how to work with
Where are the boats?
how to gather feedback. I was wondering if you could talk to me about.
I mean, there's a ferry over there.
So last year at Gamescom, when we actually revealed the game, we decided on, you know what, it's pre-alpha, we revealed the game. We invited the community to basically become a member of our development team. So we launched our Anno Union platform. It's a place where we give constant weekly updates on the current development and invite players to give feedback and basically help us developing the game.
Can you give me like an example of exactly how some choices have been steered by the community?
So there's a lot of different stuff we did. So like from the feedback we got on our blogs and focus playtests where invited players. We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay, let's do it like improve the quality a little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like that.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to anno-union.com and vote on right now.
Exactly. So right just in time for E3, you can go to anno-union.com, check out, we have a vote up where you can vote on one of 5 ships in the game. And that's only the first stage, because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your own ship variant. So the winner of that first vote, then you can hand in your own design notes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like. And the winner of that contest will actually make it into the game.
Now, where is the website that people can go to again to get the most information right now?
Yeah, just check out anno-union.com. That's basically our big community platform, and we want to invite especially strategy gamers, PC players out there to come help us developing the game, sharing feedback. Just check it out.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on stage to talk about Anno 1800. Our next title is the final battle royale of the night, and Frankie is going to be talking about it. It's a little
This is number 3.
Maybe not what you'd expect.
Jesus.
Publisher TinyBuild is known for discovering distinctive indie developers and bringing their quirky ideas to the fore, with Cluster Truck, Speedrunners, and Hello Neighbor among their catalogue of hits. And now I'm delighted to be able to bring you the
guys who made Hello Neighbor?
of a game developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic, Rapture Rejects is Battle Royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. Top down, isometric, cartoony, and basically bonkers. Let's take a look at what happens when the man upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
She said it's Cyanide and Happiness, and now I'm like, what? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Every day I strive to be closer to your light. I pray that when Judgment Day, that most holiest of days, comes upon us, when you bring all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side. Amen.
Oh my god. I cannot believe this is happening.
Thanks, Brock.
I don't know if I'd really play this game, but I love that it exists.
Smell you later, you old
Aww.
I can't believe we got to show that trailer. That's so great. Our final game that we will be showcasing this evening is from
Oh, here we go,
perhaps the most
finally.
famous stealth action franchise in gaming, the Hitman series. Let's take a look at a brand new
Nice.
trailer from Hitman 2.
Hitman's supposed to be pretty big on PC. This makes sense. Damn.
Welcome to Miami, 47. The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down to the wire. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox. A day of high-octane thrills and two very public targets.
Bonk. Bonk. Damn.
Joining me to talk about Hitman 2 is game director from IO Interactive, Jacob Mickelson. Join me up here, Jacob.
It's interesting to me that now Hitman has become like even bigger than it used to be, and they just dropped the pretense of story, and now they're just like, you're an assassin, go nuts.
He's there to pay a visit to Sharon Robert Knox, who are part of the Kronstadt Empire, and we all know how that ends, right?
Well, given that it's a Hitman game, I have some hints. And, you know, I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study and trying to understand it. What are some of the elements in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high detailed sandbox, we also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces, like you have here, backstage area. Of course, we also have that in
I should really try one of the newer Hitman games. I tried Blood Money once, and I couldn't really get into it. I found the controls to be kind of janky and archaic. Maybe the new games are different, though. I've heard a lot of good things about the last one.
In terms of mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics that are in Hitman?
Yeah, some of the new stuff is, for instance, the crowds we saw here in Miami. First of all, there's more than ever.
Yeah,
we're close to 2,000 people now in the scenes, and on top of that, we also introduced a new crowd mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in. So in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are.
All right.
And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout these trailers.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs at that, right? And then
Death by fish.
And then of course you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan. So we all know the kitchen is the most dangerous room in your house, right?
Yeah, of course.
Also counts in Hitman.
And I want to ask about some of my favorite content from Hitman, things like elusive targets, limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Absolutely. So there's still going to be escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs Again, new challenge for you, and then of course the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only, and you have one shot at this, or
Oh yeah. As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47, and also, the first time in the franchise, you can play along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out. I'm super
There's
looking
another
forward
assassin.
to Hitman 2. I might be the worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the left, for the first time ever, vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host, Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
They let me come down from the balcony for good behavior.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it. The PC Gaming Show is done. Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for all of you who came out to the Wiltern and joined us today. It was
All right.
a blast. Thanks to Twitch chat. I know that everything you said was appropriate and intelligently thought out. And of course, this year we're curating even more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall. Last, and of course not least, a huge thank you to all our wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a 4th straight year. They are Hi-Res Studios, Digital Extremes, Archangel Hellfire, Team 17, Stardock Entertainment, Acer, Predator, Improbable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes, Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3 and go play some damn video games. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back to E3.
Okay.
That was the PC Gaming Show. Thank you.
That was the
Dana.
PC Gaming Show, and
Taking us through a
I
lot
think
of games.
let's switch over. All right. Right then. PC Gaming Show. That was okay. There were a lot of games there that I just don't have a lot of connection to. But the thing is, though, is that unlike the other PC gaming shows, they kept the pacing of it really brisk. They didn't hold on to one game for too long, and nothing got really boring. Now, the problem with that, though, and the other conferences that did this, like Microsoft, this still had the problem of I still don't know a lot about a lot of these games, but I feel like they still hung on longer for a lot of games, more so than Microsoft, and as a result, I feel like I know more about these games than I did with the games at the Microsoft press conference. So I think this was fine. This was fine. In terms of games I'm personally looking forward to, I think Manhunter is just hilarious. Being able to play as a shark, and a shark that you can upgrade, no less. That makes no goddamn sense, but I don't care. I want it. And that Cyanide and Happiness game. I mean, I'm probably not going to get into it, being perfectly honest, the Battle Royale and all that, but it's funny to me to play all the people who didn't get raptured on Earth. That's just a great idea. And it's from, you know, those YouTube comics that I really enjoy. I guess as a rating, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I think a 6 out of 10 is good. It was fair. It was decent. All right, with that being said, all that's left now is the Sony press conference, which is the last press conference of the night. Thank God. That's going to start at 6, I believe. There might be a pre-show. I'm not sure. If there is, I'll be back around 5:30, I think, because that's probably when it'll start. I'll be back whenever the pre-show starts. If there is no pre-show, then I'll be here at 6. So thank you very much for watching, anyone who may be. Peace and love, gamers and players. Colorwind out.